Hello explorers! Today we are going to do part 1 of our 3D pumpkin drawings. This is what your finished product will look like after we finish part 2. But today our goal is to do the glue drawing, and we're going to start off with a plain piece of black construction paper, our pencil, eraser, and our Elmer's glue. So we're going to start off by drawing the outline of our pumpkin. That just defines the shape for us. Remember, pumpkins are not perfectly round, so it's okay if you get a little bit wobbly in your lines. We're just going to draw the big shape. And you want to make sure to leave a little bit of a bump up here at the top so that we can put our stem up here. All right, so let's go ahead and do the stem. I'm going to use 2 curved lines that curve just a little bit away from each other. And in order to make this stem look 3D, rather than putting a straight line across, which makes it look flat, we're going to connect these 2 lines with a skinny little oval. That's going to help it look more 3D. All right, now we've got our outline and a little bit of our contour line. Let's finish our contour lines. I'm going to start at the bottom of the stem right here, and I'm going to draw a curved line around to the bottom of my pumpkin. Curved lines will help them look more 3D, more round. I'm going to the other side of my stem, and I'm going to draw another curved line following the shape of the pumpkin. I'm going to do 2 more just to give it some more dimension. One this way and one this way. So notice that if we divide our pumpkin in half, the lines on this half of the pumpkin are curved in the same direction as the outline. And on this side of the pumpkin, the lines are also curved in the same direction as this outline. All right, now we need to give this pumpkin a place to sit. Now if we draw the line underneath the pumpkin, then it looks like it's just sitting on the edge of maybe a shelf or a table. We want it to look like it's sitting down in the grass, so we're going to create our horizon line. Remember, the horizon line is the line where the sky meets the ground. So I'm going to go about halfway up to my pumpkin, and I'm going to draw a line from this side of the pumpkin to the outside of the paper, and I'm going to go across, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And now we have the ground and the sky divided by the horizon line. All right, we can give our pumpkin a few more little details here if we want to. I think I'm going to draw a leaf off of my pumpkin, draw the outline of the leaf. Then if I put a little curved line down the middle, it gives it a little bit more dimension, makes it look a little bit more 3-dimensional. Okay, how about a shadow? A shadow will also help our picture look more 3D. So first, before we draw our shadow, we have to figure out where our light source is coming from. Remember, when light hits an object, it's going to create a shadow on the opposite side of it because the light cannot pass through the object. The object blocks the light, which creates a shadow. So if my light, let's say my moonlight, is shining on this side of the pumpkin, it's going to create a shadow over here. And my shadow is going to be round, just like the object that's blocking the light. So I'm going to start under my pumpkin over here, and I'm just going to make some curved lines. Part of my shadow is outside of the picture frame, and that's okay. All right, the next step, we're going to take our bottle of Elmer's glue, and we're going to draw with the glue right on top of our pencil lines. So a couple of important things to remember. So hold your glue like a crab claw. So hold it like a crab claw. You're going to touch the tip of your glue bottle at an angle on your pencil line on the paper, and you're going to squeeze as you go around your shape. Try your best to stay right on the line. Notice how thick my glue line is. If your glue line is too skinny, then you're not going to see the really cool result of the glue drawing. And if it's too thick, it's going to make your paper really, really wet. And you're going to have a big old puddle of glue. Super messy puddle of glue. If you touch the tip of the glue bottle at an angle, it helps you make a straight line, just like when you're touching your pencil to the paper. But if you hold it up too straight up and down, the glue's not going to want to come out. I'm going to go this direction so I don't drag the glue bottle in the glue I already drew with. There we go. All right, finish off my stem. It's okay if you don't go exactly on top of your pencil lines. You can always erase them, or they might get covered up with the oil pastels we're going to use. All right, almost done. And do my leaf. Getting a little sloppy here. And can't forget my shadow. That line's a little skinny. I think I'm going to thicken it up a little bit. What's really cool about using the glue on the black paper is the glue will dry clear. And that means that the color of the paper is going to show through the glue. So that's what your paper should look like when you're finished drawing on top of your pencil lines with the glue. So you just want to set that aside and let it dry. And next week, when it's dry, we will use our oil pastels and we will color it. So here is what it will look like when it's dried. And you can see that the glue is shiny, but also when you use the oil pastels, it will show as black. So these lines were not drawn with black oil pastel. They are the dried glue lines showing through. And if you want to put a few more little details, like here, I have a curly line or a spiral used for the pumpkin vine. And I did put a couple of extra leaves and another vine here on the bottom. Don't get too carried away. Keep it simple and have fun. See you next week for part 2.